Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the Heart House project. Over the past 2 weeks, we've been working diligently to renovate this rental property. We've made some pretty good progress thus far, repairing some of the flooring. We've got our exterior paint color selected, and now we're ready to install some brand new vinyl flooring. And that's what we're gonna do today, so let's dive on in. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're headed back to the Heart House this morning. It's a special day because we are starting the installation of our flooring. We're super excited to get going on this. This is a big step in this process, is getting the flooring down. We're actually gonna start in the back bedroom today. This is our flooring. I'll go over that in a little bit, but we're gonna start back here. It's kind of an easier room. There's a few more things up front that we're gonna have to do and take care of, so we're just gonna get started back here. I do need to confirm with the homeowner what the layout is gonna be. I wanna go this way, this orientation, parallel to the front door as opposed to perpendicular. I just don't think that going this way looks good. This is the flooring that they chose. This is from Floor & Decor. It's a little bit of a cheaper option. Duralux, waterproof vinyl, luxury. This is luxury, guys. But it's a really nice vinyl flooring here. You can kind of see what size it is, and that's the color. I think it's gonna look good. It's got really good flexibility, which I think is gonna help us in regards to some of the unevenness up front. Mold itself to all the different divots and highs and lows of the flooring in there. So, as opposed to like a really structurally hard wood where we might have a little bit of an issue. So, as you can tell, this room does not have good lighting. What is that supposed to do? Try to get some natural light in here. We also did hire a painter to do the exterior paint job, and he technically got started yesterday with pressure washing the exterior. He also quoted us for the front porch and the deck, and so let's go check that out. Hi, there's me. There's the deck there. Let's see some of the siding. But he also did do the deck back here, and this looks so much better. I mean, this looks like a brand new deck. So we've got some wood right there, wood rot right there, so we'll have to replace that. He did a great job on the deck. Yeah, this looks like a brand new deck. Look at that. All right, so we've got the layout and the plan of how we're gonna do this. I found this method online on YouTube. It's something new that we are trying. Basically what you do, since this room is not square, you find the center line, you measure a few pieces, and inevitably what happens is you're able to measure off like your first couple of rows to your center point based on however many planks you've laid out to get an even number of planks. I'll link the video in the description box below so you can go watch it. But we've also got it to where we're gonna have the same width for our first row of planks and our last row of planks. That's kind of the overall objective. And what we've done is we've taken a few scrap pieces just right here and we've tacked those into the floor so that the whole thing won't move as we go. The next thing, now that we've got this all figured out, we're gonna mix up the flooring, and we got to figure out how we're gonna stagger this and where we're gonna start. So let's get after it. All right, it's been quite a few hours. It is 3:40. It does not feel like 3:40. It doesn't feel like we've done enough work to justify that time to say, oh, it's 3:40. Wow, we've got nothing done. Actually, we have. We've gotten a good bit of the flooring done. It took us quite a while to figure out the layout and the joints and all that stuff. Mainly because the distance from that wall to the end of the closet here, it causes some problems, but to this wall and this one, we're good. But Sasha is a vinyl floor laying pro now. And basically our floor layout, row 1 is a full piece, and then 18 inches, 31 inches, and then 12 inches. This is technically row 1, 2, 3, and then the sections that run up to these walls right here, the closet walls, we're just kind of fudging the numbers a little bit. just so that this last piece is not less than 12 inches. Good morning, guys. It's the next day, Thursday, and I am very sore and very tired. My knees hurt, my arms hurt, but we knocked that bedroom out and it looks really good. Today is another big day. We are gonna do some more flooring. We have an electrician coming to check out an issue with one of the outlets, so we gotta deal with that. The exterior painter, he is gonna be coming today as well. I don't know if he's painting, but I do know he mentioned getting the material, so he could potentially begin to paint. Now, I didn't know this, but I found out this morning. Jess and I were kind of talking about today and what we're going to be doing, and I must have missed the text, but we are actually going to be doing the same flooring in the kitchen. I thought we were doing something different. I didn't know that we had confirmed doing that, but that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make a continuous run from the front door all the way to the back bedroom. We'll connect this room and this room, make all that look seamless, and then continue it on into the kitchen. And then wherever there's a discrepancy, we'll let it be right here behind where the washer and dryer is gonna go. You won't really be able to see that. And we'll possibly, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we'll put a transition piece there. I'm not concerned about that at all. Just because, you know, your line of sight coming through the front door is gonna be here, and it's gonna stop where the washer and dryer are gonna be. So I think it'll work out in that regard. But again, we could probably even get away with not making this seamless, being that it's just a rental. We're not trying to sell this or anything like that. I want to make it look as best as possible. So with that in mind, waiting on Sasha to get here, and maybe Corey, her husband, he may be coming today, fingers crossed.
Okay, so my point is simply, these seams will be plenty far apart, right? But these are only a couple inches off, and these are only a couple inches off.
That's fine.
You're okay with that?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because like looking here, like this was the same thing that we had here. You can see those.
Yeah, you're right. They're only 2-3 inches off, maybe.
Because we did.
And then these two are a little farther off there.
That's fine. So we've been spending a little bit of time trying to figure out our staggered joints and our layout for this area. What we're gonna do is, like I said before, the kitchen and the living room is gonna be one piece. So we'll run our floor from there all the way to the kitchen. And we've already figured out all the math for that. That's gonna work out fine. We were trying to see if we could make the floor go into this room, but ultimately we were gonna be left with short pieces from like 4 inches, 2 inches, somewhere in that ballpark. But I did some research, and oftentimes you wanna have a maximum of like 30 to 40 feet of a run. That's the max that your expansion joint can be. I'm not a pro at laying floor, so I can't say for certain that that's based on my experience. Don't do that, right? Just it's what we've read online here. And then on top of that, I think another factor is how unlevel this floor actually is. Could possibly pose a problem if we were to go that full length. Is it possible that length is too long, and our expansion joint would be too significant, and it would move too much and things would start to buckle? So our solution for that, just so that we don't have that possible issue, and then a small piece in each of these rooms, is just to do a transition strip and just do these two as separate sections. So we're just gonna treat this as one section, and then we'll move into the kitchen, or the living room. This is the living room. Living room into the kitchen. And these are our measurements. We wrote them on the wall. So the first piece, full piece, 12 inches, 32, 15. So let's get started. We only have like 3 boxes left, so we're gonna have to get more. Our electrician is coming soon, so we'll try to knock out what we can. All right, so it's 9:11 right now, and Saturday morning we are headed back to the Heart House, and we're in a rush. It's like the convergence. Our painter is starting on the exterior today. Washer and dryer is going away, and the restore here in Nashville is coming to get it. The pest control guy is already there. He was supposed to come yesterday, and he was like, hey, I'm coming today, and I'm also coming at 8 in the morning. And then we had to go to Floor and Decor to get more flooring for the rooms. All right, we are coming up on this 24.
Oh gosh, there's traffic already.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little hectic getting over there. So we'll see you at the house.
Here's Justin, beasting in the flooring. I carried in half of that though, you guys. I'm gonna show him what's gone on so far. Well, okay, so we got here and there was a ton of stuff happening all at once. Our washer and our dryer are completely gone. So now we have all this space excluding all of Justin's tools. Our washer and dryer is going to be stacked right here, but we do need to play around a little bit more with the kitchen layout. We aren't sure if we're gonna bring the fridge out here and kind of have it sticking out, or if there would be room to kind of get rid of this cabinet, put the fridge here, and then the washer and dryer here. Back here in this corner, we have a dishwasher that's gonna go in. So we have a plumber that's gonna come out and handle that, deal with the dishwasher. And today the sprayer, the bug sprayer guy came. Pest control was here. There were quite a few bugs before in this place, and he sprayed the areas that were pretty bad. Plan of action for today is lay flooring. We have to finish laying the flooring in this room here. A lot of moving pieces and parts today, but really once we get that done, that's gonna really transform how this space looks.
Ready to go. Ready to lay some flooring?
I think so.
Awesome, let's do it.
Let's go.
1 hour later.
Well, Jess and I in here in the bedroom putting the flooring in, and boy, do we have some stories to share with you guys. We're gonna have to make a whole other video.
People are jerks. Raise your kids right.
Just stop. Here is the lesson so that we don't get into it. Just be nice to people.
Yeah,
Just be nice. It's not that hard. We've already had 2 occurrences.
And also learn how to communicate without using language.
Learn how to communicate without using language.
Inappropriate language.
It's ridiculous. Anyways.
Not that hard. Look at him. I did the whole room by myself.
You did.
Not really. Justin did quite a bit. I know.
It's all done.
Well, we still have to do that part of it.
Oh.
But I think maybe should we focus out here next and then worry about the closet another day?
No, we're gonna do the closet today. Sasha and I will start in there later on.
Oh, so we're just doing the closet? That's all we're doing?
We'll see. TBD. We're just gonna keep going here.
Okay.
But first we're gonna take a lunch break and see what's going on outside. All right, Jess and I just got done taking a lunch break. The painters, they're outside grinding away, doing the primer. Everything is looking good. And I'm thinking they're gonna get at least 1 coat on it today for the main coat. What have you learned?
Well, we laid flooring at Mom and Dad's too. So I vaguely remember that. It was a little bit different than this one. Their floor was a little bit thicker. So I've learned how to lay this specific floor, and it's going rather well.
Good.
And I've learned that I had scratched myself, and I also hit my finger with a hammer.
All right, y'all. The floor in the bedroom is done. Into the closet. We decided to not remove the water heater just so we don't have to deal with the plumbing and electrical. So I just made some notches around it. As you can see there, I kind of like right there in the center, it didn't line up exactly how I wanted it to. I think this is good. This is good. So now that we're done with this bedroom, it's time to move into the living room and get started on that. There's not really an equation that I can find online with figuring out how to stagger joints for these floors. Sasha was here the other day and we were trying to figure out whether we wanted the living room to continue into the bedroom and have it look the same. Or ultimately we decided to make them 2 separate rooms and then run the living room into the kitchen. She had already figured out the math, which I didn't know this, and I've been sitting here trying to work with it for like 20 minutes and she confirmed it. Basically, this is our total width, 184.5, 1/4 inch expansion gap on either side. So there goes your half. The shortest piece we can have is 12 inches. So we kind of go based off of that. And then you also can only have between each row a minimum of 8 inches between each joint. We figure that as well. So in the bedroom, we were able to do this 36, 12, 32, 15, and it worked out in our favor. In the living room, we're only gonna be able to do 3 rows. So we'll start with 28 and end on 12 and have 4 long pieces in between. Row 2 will be, it'll be the opposite of that. It'll be 12, 28, and then we'll go 20 and 20. So basically that leftover number is 40 inches divided in a way that there's an 8-inch, gap between each row, and then a minimum of 12-inch boards. It's all good,
We've got this.
but we're just gonna get started and
Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep working.
try not to kill ourselves today.
Yeah, we're gonna keep working until the painters are done for the day,
Yeah.
probably.
And just like that, we are done with the flooring. Doesn't it feel good, Sasha? It feels so good. It looks so good. It's not perfectly level and flat. There's some small minor issues, but this, Sasha, you were here when we started. It is night and day going from the carpet to the hardwood floor here. We have this bedroom all finished. Jess and I finished it on Saturday, the closet. And then yesterday and today, Sasha and I were able to tackle the living room here. And we just wrapped up the kitchen, even this little pantry. Great job. Couldn't have done it without you. I could have, but it would have taken me, instead of 3 days, it would have taken me 10. So now what we're doing, just getting the place kind of cleaned up, organized, and I think what we're gonna do is move into this bedroom, since there's not really as much tools and things in there. We've already been painting the trim, and I think we're gonna try to wrap this room up first. So we'll do some caulking of the windows and the baseboards. We'll repaint the trim work, and then we'll wipe the walls down and paint the walls. And that's really it. We have to add quarter round, but we'll do that. We're gonna do a quarter round baseboard day later on, so that's not happening today.